And I reckon this is probably something more, because you like all this kind of stuff, don't you? Where it's it kind of people, not saying that, the technical side of PMO work, but I know obviously because you've been doing the job for a number of years that you really like the peoply bit, the hearts.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely, because you can't do successful PPM without people, right? Frameworks are lovely and templates are great, but ultimately PPM is about trying to get people that don't really report to you hierarchically,
to
do some work they probably don't want to do, and then to do it a darn sight quicker than they've ever done it before.
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to do in projects and programs. So therefore, that's all about people enthusing, engaging, leading, inspiring, motivating. It's all people.
But a good definition of PMO, though, is that we're there to support decision.
Correct. Yes.
In all of that. So this question, how do
bring me back to the question?
Make a decision. What do you think?
Okay, so probably not going to like the answer, I don't think, but it's, to my mind, it's attention to detail and option creation.
Okay.
Would be how I'd go about this. So if somebody came to me with I need you to make a decision, right? And I'm presented with, so it's either this or it's that. That's not a decision. That's a dilemma, right? There's going to be a winner and a loser. I'm kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't, right? So as a decision maker, I'd want to see three things I'm choosing from, because then I've got a real choice.
Okay, all right, that's interesting.
Because you could do some sort of triangulation of most important. Okay, the winner is. Whereas if it's just two options, you'll go, I'm really not sure. So I would always ask for three options. Now, you could say somebody will make one up just to bring three, and it's but I would be pushing for, I'd push the envelope on option creation. But that comes from a culture of not making mistakes and don't worry about making mistakes and being creative. But so I'd be looking for those three. And then for each of those, it's then attention to detail, because it's a full storyboard. It's what's led us to this point? Why are you even bringing me a decision? What's the challenge? Okay, my first reaction is, do I have to do anything? So what is the impact of doing nothing? And then attention to detail. Make that bottom line P&L share price stuff.
Yeah.
Because senior people, that's kind of where their mind's at. So if you bring a problem and don't quantify it in that terms, they'll say, "Oh, give it to." They'll push it over.
Yeah.
And then again, options. So option one, what does that give me? What is the impact? How much of the initial impact do we mitigate with option one? All of it? Majority of it? Where are we with that? What's the pros and cons? Is there some downside to this option as well as the upside in trying to mitigate the challenge you've brought to me? Obviously, what's the cost? And what is that do nothing cost impact? And can I bear it? Actually, I know you've brought me a challenge, but actually, I'm the guy that's going to sign it off. We'll accept it. Let's not divert resources.
Yeah.
And I said, I'd like three options because two is just a dilemma. So then you need to do that 3 times over. And then as a PMO, if you're a value add PMO, you wouldn't necessarily be making those decisions, but you'd be drawing people in to come up with the options. You'd be asking them challenging questions to bring the full storyboard. And then you would gather the people that have been involved and go, okay, so if they said, you decide, which one would you recommend?
Yes.
And then as a decision maker, I'm being given a genuine choice of options, not a dilemma. I'm being given the full storyboard for each of the options in front of me. And I'm even being given a recommendation based on the people that are living and breathing this day in and day out, who, let's be honest, are going to be closer to it than I am, because I'm playing golf every Friday with the directors. And every Wednesday I take somebody out for an entertaining meal with a port at the end of it, right? So those are the people that know. And if somebody came to me with that, I would really struggle not to make a decision, because that's just not acceptable, right? If you brought that compelling body of work to the person that's at the top of the tree and has agreed that's who will make decisions, I can't cop out and not make a decision with that. I have to be, I'm compelled to make that decision.
So if we think about PMOs today, then when they're doing a lot of reporting, say dashboard, all this kind of stuff, essentially the things that are getting pushed out and saying, look, there you go, that's what's happening. Where actually a lot of the time there isn't this, all that good stuff you've just said is not part of the, they don't We don't make recommendations. We don't lay it out as here's the three options. This is what this report is, this is what this dashboard is showing you at the moment. We think we have an issue with this thing, and here's what we think we should be, you perhaps want to kind of think about. It's that kind of next levels stuff that I think a lot of PMOs know they need to go down that route. And to be fair, some of them are starting to do it by thinking about things like perhaps we need to do better visuals, so at least people can see stuff better.
Yep.
Which is fine, but this is going further than that, isn't it? And you use those terms, I hate the term value added PMO, only because a lot of the time it's not defined what you mean by value. That's the only reason I don't like the term. But it's like, it's that next level stuff. We're supposed to be there to support decision making, and it's how much support you're giving, really.
Yeah. So that doesn't. It's going gloomy in my end, but the light's not helping. Okay, so how about this though? There's no reason why, as a PMO function, you could enrich some of your logs, for example. So let's say this is an issue that needs a decision.
Yes.
You could enrich your log. Any issue, before it gets taken to make a decision, there has to be 3 options and a recommendation.
Yeah.
And you drive the process, and therefore you're more demanding of the project lead or the person that's been assigned that issue to get resolution. Okay, we've had this process running for a bit. Everybody bought into the process, all that hearts and minds we talked about earlier. But you enrich your log that drives that process. You're still not having to necessarily do the thinking, but what you are doing is you're holding the mirror of this is the minimum standard before we even get to that point to ask the decision to be made. That's the way around that.
Yeah, I suppose like get out clause is like, look, we're giving you some options here. We're not saying that they're, absolutely perfect, but just based on our experience, this was what, we've seen previously or whatever else. But actually what it's allowing you to do is like, look, we put these 3 things on the table. You might not want to do this, but at least it's forcing you to have the bloody conversation.
Yes.
And to not.
And I have seen the decision maker respond by saying, I don't like 3. I actually like 1 and 2 both. Is there something that's which is a bit of both?
Yes.
I'll give you 3 days, go and work that out for me and come back, and then I'll make the decision.
Yeah. And that's a win for a PMO, isn't it?
Correct. Because I was going to say adding value. They are creating the data set in a sensible way, enabling the top level people in the organization to really think and stretch themselves as well.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely, I agree.